watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Happening now at 6, covering the entire DMV. A campus controversy. Why the University of Maryland says student safety has been put at risk lately as an investigation is launched into Greek life activities. A live report from College Park. And safety in the district. The major moves leaders are taking with hopes to tackle crime as offenses have already started dropping so far this year. And to the polls, primary election in Virginia just days away. What you need to know ahead of Super Tuesday's high-stakes vote.
And the showers and rain continue to move away, and a few peaks of sunshine have come out to stay. Will it continue into your Sunday? Well, we'll talk about that with my forecast in just a little bit.
All right, Scott, thank you. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6 this Saturday evening. I'm Ben Dennis. More on that controversy from University of Maryland in just a moment. We begin in Virginia tonight. Fairfax County police say that they've arrested a teen after a fatal crash back in November. Officials say the teen, 17 years old at the time, was driving under the influence in Falls Church when he lost control of an SUV full of 4 other teens. They were ejected after not wearing seatbelts. One of those teenagers died. The teen charged, including the 3 others who were seriously injured. They are now okay. The unnamed driver is facing several charges, including DUI-related manslaughter. And we are working to learn more out of Montgomery County after a teenage girl died after police believe she may have been train surfing in Silver Spring. Metro Transit police were on the scene yesterday morning at the Silver Spring station. Police say train surfing is when somebody rides outside of a moving train car. Riders in the area, no doubt, disheartened by what happened.
I am saddened to hear that. I am saddened for her parents and all the people that she knew, and saddened for, say, younger people. And I hope it's a lesson from this, but it's just sad, and hope I don't have to hear that again.
Right now, there's little details on that 15-year-old who died. We'll bring you more as that story develops. And D.C. police have arrested a 15-year-old boy for the murder of a Lyft driver. 31-year-old Nazrod was shot inside his vehicle back in July. Authorities say that he was a husband, father of 4, and a translator for the U.S. Army in Afghanistan before coming into the U.S. in 2021. His cousin talked to D.C. News Now in July after that incident.
We leave a country because of security and fight and wars. We thought America is safe. That's why he brought his kids here.
The reckless actions of these teens cost a man's life and shattered a family just starting out on their journey in this country.
Police say that 15-year-old boy faces first-degree murder charges. Investigators are still looking for other people who may have been involved. Staying in the district, Mayor Muriel Bowser and other officials hosted a meeting with neighborhood leaders to discuss public safety. Bowser presented an overview of recent crime and discussed how the community could work together towards safety, also addressing concerns from advisory neighborhood commissioners.
Some suggested that there were things that were missing from the crime bill that they want us also to address. I found that the questions kind of ran the gamut, although I think there were more questions about youth and how we can focus on youth.
And the mayor says she expects the crime bill, which focuses on open-air drug markets and retail theft, to pass in City Council on Tuesday. In Maryland, Montgomery County officials celebrating all things comics today in Germantown for MoComCon, an event featuring writing workshops, storytelling sessions, and professional comic panels.
What we like to do with this event is to bring the joy of fandom of comic books, you know, the freedom to read, to be able to get knowledge. You know, it's something that we're very proud to say that we as libraries do for the community, and it'll continue to grow into the future.
And the event also featured art and essay contests where artists could enter their work for a chance to be published on the Montgomery County Public Library website. Meantime, the Fairfax Connector bus strike is on day 10. Union workers still calling for better pay and benefits from their contractor, Transdev. The union says they plan to meet with the transit company for the second time since that strike began. The meeting planned for next week. Bus service still remains suspended for the 10th day. Time is 6:04 this Saturday evening. Hey, maybe dinner time for folks out there. We got a live look at, I believe, Reagan National and the Potomac River. Hey, Scott.
Hello there, Ben. Hello to you on this Saturday evening. The high today, well, it wasn't awfully high, but a couple degrees above the average. It got up to 54 in the district. 52 is the average high. Record high 77 back in 1972. The morning low a little milder than the average low of 35, coming in at 42 degrees. Right now we sit at 54 degrees. We do have cloudy skies. skies around, or mostly cloudy skies. There are some rays of sunshine being seen in parts of the viewing area, and this is how much rainfall did fall earlier today. As you can see, the heaviest amount around the district, the Beltway, and points north and east of the area where around an inch or so did fall. The further west you went, lighter amounts of rain totals here, anywhere from a little around a quarter of an inch to close to about a half an inch down towards the Culpeper vicinity. Now that storm has brought us the rain. That is moving away. It's now in New Jersey and Long Island, Connecticut, and continuing to pull away, allowing for some breaks in that cloud coverage. So for tonight, though, we will, see, I think, mostly cloudy skies in the district, 52, 50, and 49 degrees from 8 to 9 to 10 p.m. But it will be dry out there. No rain in the forecast. Now, we also have the possibility of some overnight fog. The next rain chance will come in on Monday. Unsettled week ahead, and we have steady and above average temperatures kicking in here. We'll all talk about that and show it to you as usual with that 7-day forecast. Ben?
All right, Scott, thank you. Developing now in College Park, fraternities and sororities at the University of Maryland remain suspended tonight, including recruitment efforts, allegations possibly into hazing. The university took action Friday. DC News Now's Dave Laval joins us from College Park. Dave, you've been getting some reaction from people there on campus. Tell us more.
Good evening to you, Ben. We can tell you members of the various organizations we spoke to earlier here along Fraternity Row did not want to discuss what happened. However, administrators said in their letter they simply had no choice but to take the action they did. The university has not said which organizations are involved, but multiple chapters may have conducted activities that put the safety of members at risk, according to the Office of Student Conduct and the Department of Fraternity and Sorority Life. Despite warnings, the letter says further allegations surfaced during Thursday's emergency meeting. That led to the decision to suspend all activities by fraternities and sororities. As we said, while members of the organizations did not speak, students told us they support the decision.
The university seeing students as people, human beings, and not just students, and not just, members of fraternity or sorority. I think that's more important than keeping an image.
Administrators said in the letter they will launch an investigation, and any punishment will be determined by what the investigation uncovers. We're live at the University of Maryland. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Plenty to uncover there, Dave. Thank you. Super Tuesday just days away. 16 states, including Virginia, will hold their primary elections. Our Tosin Fakile sat down with the political campaign expert at The Hill, our partners, for a preview of the primary election.
First of all, what can we expect on Super Tuesday with all the candidates and delegates that are up for grabs?
Well, it's great to be with you. So yes, we're going to see 16 states and the American Samoa, where we're going to see those voters in all of those states casting ballots on the Republican primary, where it's going to be a continual matchup between former President Trump and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley. Not all of the delegates needed to, see a winner established for the GOP presidential nominee. No candidate is basically essentially going to run away with the nomination after Super Tuesday. 854 delegates are going to be awarded on Super Tuesday, but it's going to push Trump closer to the nomination, assuming that he wins the majority of these states as is projected by this recent polling, or it could be a longer stretch if Nikki Haley performs better than expected. But that's sort of the lace that we have right now.
And like you were saying, this could mean something either way. Trump has beat Haley in all the primaries so far. Can Haley take Virginia because she rallied here, or does Trump really have this in the bag?
The polling that we've seen so far has suggested that this is really Trump's to lose at this point. I mean, he is very widely leading Haley in the polls. There was a Roanoke poll that came out, I believe, earlier this week, and it showed Trump leading Haley by a very wide margin. Of course, when it comes to the head-to-head matchup, hypothetically, between Biden and Trump, we're seeing Haley performing much better over Biden than Trump Trump is. But of course, Haley has to get through that first hurdle, which is winning the Republican primary right now.